Hey y'all, welcome to CHAZ's Lifestyle. Today we're making some snapper, green beans, curry rice, and plantains. Stay tuned. For this recipe, I will be using some yellowtail snapper. You can use whatever you can find. So I had them cut the heads off as well as scale the fish. I went ahead and cleaned my snapper with lemon, lime, and a pinch of vinegar. After that, I'm just going to go ahead and cut the tails and the fins off, and any other scales that I see on there, I'm going ahead and scrape that off. Now I'm going to move on to the next fish. As you can see, everything is looking nice, clean, and fresh. Okay, so once I'm done doing that, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting my snapper. I'm going to cut them in basically like a crisscross type of shape. That's just a personal preference, and it will help it cook faster. Okay, everybody loves something that can cook fast, so I will be cutting them crisscross like this, and it's pretty for presentation purposes. I will have all of my ingredients listed down below in the description box, so be sure to check that out. Now, I will be using the mojo marinade. This is like a Spanish marinade. I love this for like fish, even chicken, beef, anything is really good. So I will be using about 1/3 cup of that. Pour that onto the snapper, and then I have my homemade green seasoning. If you need the recipe for that, I will have that listed down below in the description box. So don't forget to check that out. This is so good with everything. It's basically just a mixture of vegetables and stuff like that. Herbs, vegetables like cilantro, thyme, onion, garlic. It's amazing. So I'm going to marinate this fish for about 1 hour and 30 minutes. I will be working with these as my side today. It's a plantain. I love them. They're so good. I like them this color. I don't get the green ones because they're not sweet. These are more sweet, and also they're a little tender, as you can see. But you want that because when you cook them, you want them to be slightly crispy on the outside, but super sweet and tender on the inside, y'all. Please try plantains if you haven't. This is one of my favorites, and guess what? They're healthy, okay? It's a fruit. They're healthy. So we're going to go ahead and cut that up. Once I'm done, I'm going to preheat my pan on a medium-high heat. I added in some vegetable oil. I'm going to go ahead and pan fry them for about 2 to 3 minutes each side. I will be checking them as they're cooking. You know, some might cook a little faster than others, and it's okay. Just keep your eye on them. Okay, so as you can see, they're cooking pretty well. Look at the color. Oh my god, they look so good. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to flip them and let them cook on each side. Once they're done, I'll just get a plate and a paper towel and drain them just like you would do with fried chicken, y'all. Just drain them on a paper towel to get all that extra grease off. You don't want all that on your plate. And I will keep them covered and warm. And then after that, I'm just going to go ahead and move on to my curry rice. I have a pinch of olive oil in a pan. I'm going to go ahead and saute some diced onions until they're slightly caramelized. This is just adds so much more flavor to any of your dishes. Now I'm going to go ahead and go in with about 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of curry seasoning. I'm using a mild curry. Just mix that in, let that mix with the oil. After that, I'm going to add in some herbs, some thyme, and some bay leaves, and then about 1.5 tablespoons of green seasoning. Like I said, I'll have everything listed down below, so you can check out all of that. I'll make sure it's in order too, so it's easy to follow. I'm just going to give that a quick mix. We're basically creating like a type of sauce for our rice. You know, you can create so many different recipes with rice. I love it. Once that is cooked for about 30 seconds to a minute, I'm going to go in with some hot water. Give that a quick mix. As you're adding in the water, now I'm going to add in this Caribbean all-purpose seasoning. Y'all, this is thebomb.com. I love this seasoning. This is all you need. I'm trying to tell you, this is all you need. No salt, no nothing. It's perfect. So I'm adding that in, and once I'm done adding that, I'm going to go in with some parboiled long grain rice. That's what I love to use, is parboiled rice. If you want to use jasmine rice, whatever other rice you want to use, perfectly fine. This is my preference. So next I'm gonna go in with some oil in a pan on a high heat, add in some onions. Let those onions cook for about 20 seconds. While that is cooking, I'm gonna go in with some scotch bonnet peppers, and then I'll add in some herbs, which is my thyme, and after that I'll go in with some allspice seeds. And as you can see, I added some fresh garlic cloves. After about 30 seconds to 45 seconds, I went ahead and added my snapper, and I will be cooking my snapper on each side for about 7 to 8 minutes each side. But hey, everybody's stove is different, so make sure you just check it and you just watch it until it's fully cooked. Okay, now my heat is on a medium high heat. I also use a non-stick pan, non-stick pot, whatever you want to use. Okay, I will suggest that now. I will be adding additional all-purpose seasoning and a pinch of paprika for color. As you can see, that color is beautiful. The flakiness is perfect. Go ahead and add in my green beans to a pan with some oil. Let that preheat. Mix those green beans up a little bit to get that oil all over those green beans, so when we add in our seasonings, they're sticking pretty well. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of pink Himalayan salt, as well as some Caribbean all-purpose seasoning and a pinch of paprika. Give that a quick toss. Cover that with some foil and let that cook for about 5 to 6 minutes. Really, that's all you need. You want to have a little bite to it, but you don't want your green beans to be mushy. Okay. Now I'm gonna add in about 1/4 cup of water, 1/3 cup of water, and cover that up like I said, and we're gonna let that cook for about 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, everything's ready. Look at my curry rice, so fluffy and perfect. Go ahead and remove that thyme and remove the bay leaves, and we're gonna start plating, y'all. I added my curry rice. We have our green beans. We have some beautiful sweet plantains, and look, oh, juicy tender snapper. I added my limes on top. Okay. If you decide to make this recipe, be sure to tag me on Instagram at CHAZ's Cuisines.